All right, welcome everyone. Kevin LaRocca here with Binary Pro Strategies. Okay, we're going to do something that's kind of out of my expertise because I do not trade hourly binaries, but it is a pattern that I found in the hourly binaries, particularly the FT100 and the Germany 30. And it was really brought to my attention by another trader. I thought I would take a further look at it. And there are patterns that do exist, and I wanted to go ahead and share it with everybody. Once again, keep in mind, I don't trade hourly binary, so please don't ask me how to trade it because I really don't know. I want to share it for everybody. I'd like some of the statistics or the probabilities that I'm seeing here, and I want to put it out to the masses. If somebody can figure out a good way of using it, I'd certainly like to know about it. But nonetheless, let me show you what I have found. Okay, so let's start off and let's take a look at the FT100 chart. Now, basically what this is this is Nadex, and this is the Nadex hourly chart of the FT100, okay, for August 8th. And what this is this bar right here represents 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4 a.m., 5, 6 o'clock, on and on for the rest of the day, right? Okay. So what the question is that is there a relationship between if the 1 o'clock bar is up, meaning that it opened and closed higher, or green, right, on a candle? If the 1 o'clock bar is green, what is the probability that bar number 2 is also going to be green? And I went through all the bars for the whole day. You know, probability of 2 is up. What is the probability of 3 being up? Okay? So that I wanted to see if there's a relationship. Was there a bias? In other words, if during a particular period of time, if we had a move up, does that tend to follow through into the next hour? And in fact, it does. Okay? And so let's take a look at my table so you can kind of see what we're doing here. Okay, so once again, this is every day of the week. You know, at this point I'm on day 100 and day 107. All right, so we're at day 107. That means I've gone back 107 days tracking this every single trading day. And I looked at whether the 1 a.m. for that particular day was up or down. So in this case, 1 a.m. was up, meaning it was green. 2 o'clock it was down, 3 o'clock it was down, 4 o'clock it was down, 5, and so forth. Okay? And I did that for the last 107 days. So then I went and I started looking at some probabilities. I said, okay, so where is the highest probability that I'm going to have the same colored bar from the prior bar? So in other words, if the 1 a.m. is up, what is the highest probability that the 2 a.m. is going to be up? Well, and I did that for every one of the bars. Well, as you can see here, really only the 8 a.m. had the highest probability, and 67%. This does bounce between 67 and 73%. Okay? As we add more days, this won't be affected as much when I add a particular day or two. You add a couple days and it makes the percentages change by a point or two. So you have to start getting in bigger numbers before you see these numbers really start to flatten out. But nonetheless, so you can see here, if looking at the 7 a.m., so if you're looking at the 7 a.m. and you see that the 7 a.m. bar is up, that means 7 a.m. Eastern Time to 8 a.m. Eastern Time. If this bar is up, okay, then that means I have close to a 70% probability that that next 8 a.m. is also going to be up, okay? Or if it's down. So if you look at, here's a good case in point here. 7 a.m. was down, okay? 8 a.m. was down. So these are the same. So that's what I'm looking at. I'm asking myself, okay, if I'm down on the 7 a.m., will I also be down on the 8 a.m.? Or if I'm up on the 7 a.m., will I be up on the 8 a.m.? And the answer is yes, close to 70% of the time, okay? Now, those are pretty good numbers. But the thing you want to look at here is you want to find other additional patterns in here, because this is real important. And I will tell you, I know that there's certain days of the week, okay, where a particular bar has a higher probability of following the same bias as the prior bar, okay, based on the day of the week. And so that's another whole study that I really don't want to get into right now, but I can tell you, you can look for the same thing on the Germany 30. I did find one in the Germany 30 that's actually over the last 100-some days. It's actually running at 80% on a particular day. So a lot of work to be done, but I really am sharing this because, once again, I don't trade hourlies. I trade 5 minutes. I feel that I have a much higher probability of being right over a 5-minute period of time than I do over an hourly period of time. But I would love to see if there's anybody out there in the masses that knows how to use this kind of information and make it profitable. I would love to know about it. Okay, so I wanted to put it out there. I want people to start looking at this. If they like what they see, then and they can do something with it, please share that with me, because I'd love to know that as well. I mean, one idea obviously would be that if the 7 a.m. okay bar is green, then if you have a 70% probability that the next bar is going to be green, right? You know that it opens here and closes here. That makes it green. If it opens here and closes below that opening, it makes it red. So that tells you right there that if it has a 70% probability that's going to close above this opening, then I probably want to start buying it, you know, down here someplace, right? Give myself a little bit of cushion and buy it down here someplace and give myself cushion. You will be surprised that even bars like this, where you see the green, you see this red, and maybe you wanted to sell this, a lot of times you're probably selling a strike out here someplace, even though you look at the chart and say, man, I didn't make any money. Well, in fact, you did, because you sold something that was actually already in the money. So that's kind of what I'm looking at, but there's other things that you can do. And you can also look at opposites. So, I mean, gosh, if you have, you may find that you have a couple bars that have a 70% probability of being opposite of each other. So, you know, the 5 o'clock may have a 70% opposite bar to what you're seeing on 4 a.m. So that means instead of being a seller, you probably want to be a buyer, because you have better odds it's going to be opposite of the 4 a.m. So a lot of things you can do with this. I'd be looking at days of weeks. I'd be looking at, there are some additional patterns. Maybe you can use some additional filters for this. I am not a believer in using any kind of indicators. Everything that I do is based on patterns. This is something that was really brought to my attention by another trader with the Germany 30. I looked at it, but I found some really good things that I saw some better things actually in the FT100 that I really liked. And so I've been keeping track of both of them. But this is one I think that I think has a lot of possibility of being something really useful. So anyway, once again, I'm sharing it with you. Please, if you find something here that's beneficial, let me know, and I would love to know about it. And just set up a spreadsheet. You can start keeping track of these from this point forward, and just make a note whether it's up or down, and then you can run your own statistics and see whether these probabilities hold up. So anyway, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this. If you do, please please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel. I am putting out more of these free videos or these free patterns. I have one in the US 500 that I've been tracking for over 3 years now. That's actually pretty good, and I'll be putting that out, I don't know, within the next few months, whenever I can get some time. But I did want to get this out because I've been talking to a lot of people about it, and I promised a lot of people, so I just wanted to make sure that I got it out to you guys. You look at it, and hopefully it's something that you can use. Okay, so that's it. If you have any comments, have any questions, please just go to binaryprostrategies.com and drop me a note, and I'll be glad to answer any questions you may have. Or please leave comments below, and when I come back and get back in, I'll take a look at it and answer those questions for you. Okay, that's it. Have a good night. Okay, so If you're interested in learning exactly how I do this, I do offer 2 different packages. And the way this is set up is that if you want to learn about the core strategy package, now that isn't going to include all the videos. You're going to get full access to all my training videos and educational material. You're going to get full disclosure of the core strategy, which I use a lot, particularly the single and double continuation patterns. The majority of all the results that you see on my daily returns is going to be based off of those 2 patterns, okay? I also do trade the Delta pattern, and I also will show you how to use the nibble strategy. The nibble strategy is designed to catch very short-term trades, and I'll show you exactly how to use that in combination with some of the other core patterns. Also, how to transition from demo to a live account. This is very important. That video is also included. As you know, it's also available on YouTube for free. But how to transition from a demo to a live account is very important. Something you need to watch. Don't just jump in and start trading in a live account. You want to learn the strategy, and you want to make sure that you're profitable. I'd say at least 9 out of every 10 days. And then when you get ready to transition to a live account, please watch the video, because there's some really good steps on how to make that transition. Also, when you purchase the package, you're going to get a 1-hour personal training with me. So you and I will do a one-on-one, and I'll make sure that you fully understand everything and how it works. Now, this package is designed to pretty much purchase and go if you'd wish. You can purchase, watch everything, and go out and trade on your own. Now, if you want to learn about the core strategy plus the crystal ball, basically you're getting everything in here. You're getting the core strategy, but you're also going to get the you're going to learn the crystal ball method. That's something that's available. That's a video that is not available online. That's something you and I will once again sit down and go through and make sure you fully understand it. Now, if you decide that you want to go just with the core strategy and learn the crystal ball at some point, I'll just charge you the difference between the core strategy price and then the full price that includes the crystal ball. So I'll just charge you the difference between the 2. Okay, so these are designed to basically purchase, learn them, and then go and do your own trading and so forth. Now, if you wish to join me live as I trade live every day, which I highly suggest, because what I do is I also, not only do I share my charts, but I show you where I'm getting in, where I'm getting out, what strike, what price, why I'm doing it, what I'm seeing in the market. It's well worth it, and that's only going to be $50. Okay, so if you want to, once again, if you just want to learn these on your own, you can purchase the package and move on. If you want to learn the package and then also join my live trading room, chat room, then that's just $50 a month, and that's $50 reoccurring as long as you want to stay. There's no time limit, so if you want to stay 2 months, 3 months, a year, whatever, it doesn't matter. It's just $50 a month. Okay, so if you're interested, you want to go to binaryprostrategies.com, and in there under Join Now, you're click on that little button. It'll pop up. You'll see this, and you can go ahead and purchase one of these 2 packages, and or if you're a reoccurring member, you can go ahead and join the monthly if you're not already part of the chat room. So any questions, as always, you can always get a hold of me by going to the website. My phone number's there, email address, and so forth. So if you like to do that, feel free to give me a call. I'll be glad to answer any of your questions before you make a decision. But everything I teach is fully disclosed. I'm not holding anything back. I am here to educate. I'm not a signal provider. That doesn't do you any good by me just giving you my signals. I'm here to teach you how I see the signals, and I want you to learn them as well and be able to identify them as well as I do. And then, this way you are free to trade on your own. You don't need me around all the time. But for those that like to stay in the chat room and trade with us live every day, that's always an option as well. So that's it. Thanks once again for watching my video, and you'll have a great day.